I've been interested in a type of performance called Controllerism. It focuses on gesture-driven electronic music performance. So basically, if you're not touching anything, then there's no sound, other than as an alternative to most electronic music performance, which is playing long recorded pieces by and large. Big part of controllerism is, because it's highly personalised, is actually making the controllers yourself. And that a lot of the time governs the kind of sounds that you make based on the control itself. And a big part of controllerism is sharing your work and showing everyone how you went about doing it, and teaching others and sort of trying to pass it along so that people can be inspired to do their own thing. Inside here is an Arduino board that reads the dual controller read as a 16-bit string. These are two 8-bits. So what's different about these as controllers that was a bit of a challenge was playable electronic music controllers have velocity sensitivity, so you can actually this is binary, which changes the rhythm a little bit. You have less articulation. You also, by avoiding playing any recorded or any sequences, you have to rely on things like arpeggiators to do the hats. Limited by how many fingers you can use. It makes it difficult to play a range of things at the same time. So yeah, I got around that by using the arpeggiator, the hats. It also throws the rhythm off a little bit. But yeah, basically the Arduino board sends, when it reads out of 16 strings of on or off, each for a button, turns that into a serial command which goes to USB, and that gets turned into MIDI in Ableton Live. So back here is the nerdy shit. But yeah, it's a controller that I'm actually making for friends of mine, so they can use it in their performance. So see, that's controller 2, extending 2A, 2B, start, select, up, down, and right. What I found interesting about the whole experience was that using game controllers, they're already designed with ergonomics in mind to articulate gestures, but for a gaming context. I found it much more difficult to play in that respect. I found it much easier to put the kick and the snare on the keys like that, so I could play a bit more. But yeah, also being restricted to that many buttons, it makes it difficult to create a playable sequence that's of fairly great length. But yeah, that's pretty much, I'm going to be continuing to focus on this for my live sets in the future, because yeah, for all the reasons I said. Thanks a lot for listening.